So here's some sleep hygiene recommendations. Now, these are taken from Vitali et al., IGSPT in 2019. They're also from the UCSD Center for Pulmonary and Sleep Medicine patient information handout. So this is an evidence-based tool, all right? Want to make sure that you're giving patients evidence-based tools whenever you can. So I'm going to read these out to you. Number one, don't go to bed until you are sleepy. If you aren't sleepy, get out of bed and do something until you become sleepy, then go back to bed. All right. Number two, regular bedtime routines and or rituals help you to relax and prepare your body for bed. So that's going to mean something like reading, warm bath, something relaxing. If you're doing something intense before bed, despite that being a ritual, it's not a good one, right? Number three, try to get up at the same time every morning. That is including weekends and holidays. I think that's very challenging, especially for young folks, people that party on the weekends. It's going to be very challenging for those folks to go to sleep at the same exact time on the weekends, but it's going to be important to do that, right? Number four, try to get a full night's sleep every night and avoid naps during the day if possible. If you must nap, limit to 1 hour and avoid a nap after 3 p.m. The reason for that is that if you take naps throughout the course of the day, that can actually make it more challenging to fall asleep at nighttime and reduce the quality of sleep when you fall asleep. Okay. So generally speaking, we want to get all of our sleep at nighttime. Naps can be beneficial, right? But the problem with naps is that they're probably not as good as just getting enough sleep at nighttime. All right. Number five, use the bed for sleep and intimacy only, not for any other activities such as TV, computer, or phone use, etc. This one's very challenging, but generally speaking, you want to train your body to only use your bedroom for sleep and nothing else, right? Number six, avoid caffeine if possible. If you must use caffeine, avoid after lunch, right? So in that sleep hygiene handout, said anytime 4 hours before you go to sleep at nighttime. Some folks, including myself, are better at metabolizing caffeine. So if I drink caffeine around 2 to 4 p.m., I have no problem whatsoever going to sleep. But some folks, they do that. They have a lot of trouble, right? So if you metabolize caffeine a little bit faster, then maybe it's okay for you to drink closer to bedtime. But generally speaking, try not to have caffeine in the afternoon, okay? Number seven, avoid alcohol if possible. If you must use alcohol, avoid right before bed, right? Seems counterintuitive because for a lot of folks, drinking a glass of wine helps them go to sleep at night. The problem with that is that when alcohol is metabolized in your body, it actually wakes you up a little bit. So if you drink alcohol, it may help you go to sleep, but it's going to reduce your sleep quality. Number eight, do not smoke cigarettes or use nicotine ever, right? Nicotine is a stimulant and cigarettes are just dang bad for you. So that makes sense. We don't want to use those. Number nine, consider avoiding high intensity exercise right before bed. Extremely intense exercise may raise cortisol, and that's going to impair sleep. Like I said before, as we get close to sleep, we're trying to wind down, not rock it up. Okay. We want to make sure the cortisol levels are low and melatonin starts going up. Okay. Number 10, make sure your bedroom is quiet, as dark as possible, and a little on the cool side rather than on the warm side. Okay. So think similar to a cave, nice and dark. I use blinds to block out all the light. I think that's super helpful. I also use an eye mask. Eye mask is very, very useful when you're traveling. Okay. Because you don't know what kind of drapes or blinds you're going to get wherever you go to. If you have an eye mask, doesn't matter. Okay. In terms of where your temperature should be, I did find a research study, and you can take a look at the show notes if you want to see this, but they're recommending a cool, dark room, somewhere between 19 and 21 degrees Celsius. That's 66 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? If you like to use a lot of blankets, then maybe you want it a little bit colder. If you're okay with just a sheet or no sheet whatsoever, then maybe you can have it on the warmer side, okay? And again, there's probably going to be a bit of personal preference there. But if you're finding that it's too hot for you to go to sleep, take the temperature down, vice versa, too cold, turn it up, okay? Makes sense. Here's some other tips and tricks for healthy sleep hygiene. Number one, avoid blue light emitted from screens at least 2 hours before bedtime. Okay, that's tough, but this means all smartphones, laptops, and monitors in general. Blue light suppresses melatonin production that is needed to induce sleep. So avoid text messaging, social media, games, and app use. Okay, and this is obviously very difficult, but it's going to be important. I like to use blue light filtering glasses, which research has shown will increase the amount of melatonin at nighttime if you wear it, right? There are also different apps on phones, on the laptop, like Flux you can use to reduce that amount of blue light. So hopefully if you need to use a computer at nighttime, you don't have the blue light, which is going to raise your cortisol and reduce melatonin. Okay. Number two, get bright natural light from the sun upon waking. So the sun is ideal here, but some suggest at least a 10,000 lux lamp if you're getting artificial light. So one of the things I do in the morning is I go for a walk with my son, Luke. It's only about 10 or 15 minutes, but I get bright light directly into my eyes. I don't wear glasses. Okay. And I think this serves two purposes. So for one, exercise is good. Time with your son, good, right? A lot of positives there, but I'm getting the direct sun in the morning, right? Because I want that direct sun to increase cortisol levels. I want my brain to know the sun is up. I got to get going. All right. And the other piece is if you're exercising, that's also a bit of a stimulant. So you're raising cortisol a bit just because you're exercising. Okay. So two birds with one stone. Get out early in the morning, help to set that circadian rhythm. So over the course of time, we have high cortisol in the morning, low in the evening, and melatonin does the flip, low in the morning, high at nighttime. Okay. That's what we're looking for. Number three, don't hit the snooze button. It does not improve sleep quality, contrary to what my wife believes. Number four, if you have difficulty waking up, some suggest a dawn simulator alarm clock, right? And I actually have never used one of these before, but the idea is that as you're approaching your wake up time, the alarm clock will slowly wake you up. Okay. And this could be in the form of noise or vibration, or the lights turning on slowly over the course of time. So basically, we're trying to avoid a sharp, aggressive wake. So it's basically slowly waking you up out of that last sleep stage as opposed to hitting you with a hammer and just screaming at you, right? Number five, if you must use your computer at night, consider installing color adjusting and blue light reducing software or wear blue light blocking glasses. And we kind of discussed this previously. Number six, meditation may be helpful. Brainwave entrainment, example, binaural beats, is considered experimental. I personally don't know anything about that. What I will say is that meditation can be nice and relaxing. It's a good way to try to calm yourself down at the end of the night. So definitely worth a shot. Number seven, higher carbohydrate, namely high glycemic index foods at night may improve sleep, as well as high protein, including tryptophan. High fat intake at night may disrupt sleep. Inadequate total caloric intake during the day may impair sleep at night as well, right? So I don't know if it's a great idea to just pound a ton of sugar, right before you go to sleep at nighttime, just for the health effects. But I imagine it might have to do something with the blood sugar response. So you probably have a rush of blood sugar, and then you have a crash, and that maybe makes you feel like you have to go to sleep at nighttime. What I will say is it's probably not a healthy habit, but maybe it's something you can try at nighttime if you're really having trouble getting to sleep and nothing else has worked. Okay, number eight. Topical magnesium or oral magnesium. So think about a salt bath or a topical mineral oil or just a supplement. May help if you are deficient, right? A lot of people are. Magnesium is one of those nutrients that most folks are deficient in. Number nine, melatonin naturally occurring in foods is a good idea. So tart cherry juice, raspberries, goji berries, walnuts, almonds, tomatoes may potentially improve sleep, but avoid artificial melatonin supplements. I'm not exactly sure what they're basing their research on melatonin here, but suffice to say, from what I've read in the past, melatonin is helpful for jet lag if you are crossing time zones, but otherwise not particularly helpful for the average person trying to go to sleep at nighttime. Number 10, don't fall asleep to the TV. Sleep studies show you frequently wake up during the night and have poor sleep quality. I know a lot of folks like that TV to help lull you to sleep, but the other piece is that they may actually wake you up throughout the course of the night. It might not be a good thing, right? Number 11, herbal supplements are largely unknown with potential serious side effects and may be on USADA prohibited lists or result in positive banned substances tests for athletes. Now, this study was an IGSBT, which caters towards athletes, and this study was actually for athletes. So they're thinking about the supplement in terms of if they're getting drug tested, you may eventually get popped for, PEDs. And the other piece is that, I agree. A lot of these supplements, we're not sure what the side effects are, right? Or we know there are side effects and people kind of take them anyway. So just want to be safe. Obviously, before you take any supplement, just chat with your doc, okay? Make sure that it's okay for you, okay? Number 12, consider reducing your fluid intake before bed so you don't get up to go to the bathroom, and only if you maintain enough hydration during the day. So if you don't sleep at all throughout the course of the day, you probably need to drink a little bit at least at nighttime. Okay. It's better to be waking up once in the middle of the night to go pee than to be chronically dehydrated. But generally speaking, try to get your fluids a little bit earlier in the day so you don't have to wake up 3, 4, or 5 times at nighttime to go pee. Obviously, that's not good for your sleep quality. Number 13, cooling your body temperature may improve sleep. Some suggest keeping room between 60 and 70 degrees. However, keep hands and feet warm. So use socks and gloves during winter months if you need to. Okay. As I said before, having enough coolness in your room is important for sleep. If you overdo it with coolness, that can be a problem. And if it's too hot, that's also a problem. So find a happy medium that works well for you and go for that. Okay. Number 14, check your mattress. It may be too old. So mattresses typically last at maximum of 9 to 10 years and may have allergens. So I really wasn't thinking about this, but if you have an old mattress, maybe you're allergic to it. Maybe that's creating some difficulty sleeping and you need a new mattress. Okay. And lastly, number 15, recovery from exercise should not only focus on muscle recovery. Reducing mental fatigue is just as important for healthy sleep. Reduce external stressors in your life. And having a little less stress in your life is probably going to help in a variety of ways. But if you're that type of person that burns the candle on both ends, that's definitely not helping with your ability to sleep at nighttime. So I know this is a tall order, but see if you can reduce some of that stress within your life. It's probably going to improve your sleep too. So here's what I want you to do next, guys. If you enjoyed this video so far, I have an entire course. It's free. It's called the Fitness Pain-Free Mini Course. And we go over 3 lessons going to help you take a lot of this information that we went over so far and put it into practice. The first lecture is called Why We Need a Better System. So first and foremost, the way we treat fitness individuals, all right, athletic people in the gym from a physical therapy perspective is pretty much broke, okay? So we need a better system to serve the folks that are in the gym that get hurt, they want to get back to training, all right? Lecture number 2 is called 7 Reasons Why People Get Hurt in the Gym. And essentially, we have to know the reasons why people get hurt in the gym so we can keep them safe in the future, right? And when they get hurt, we have to know why and how to get them back to training in the gym. Okay, so a thorough understanding of this is very, very important. I actually have a really cool infographic that goes along with this lecture that you get for free as well. And lastly, we go over a case study of how to get someone out of pain and back to training. So these principles are all phenomenal, but we don't actually put it together and you don't understand how to create a program to get people back in the gym and keep them safe for the long term, then we lose, right? So I'll put a link in the show notes for this. It's a Fitness Pain-Free Mini Course. Definitely check this out.